波士顿买房，大家梦想家里找老王。大家好，我是老王。今天我请了我们刚刚加入我们公司的同事 Bernadine 来跟我一起做客，聊一聊波士顿的这个市场。然后从现在开始，你们就可以听到老王非常 crappy 的 English. Hey Bernadine,
great. It's nice to talk to you.
Thank you very much. Well, as I mentioned, this is the first ever English-speaking show I've ever done on my channel or whatsoever.
All right. Well, I'm honored and I'm glad because I don't speak very much Mandarin.
We have known each other for over 10 years.
Over 10 years.
I still remember the first deal we've done together,
Yes, absolutely.
which was really, really nice.
Yeah.
I'm very happy for my client who bought it. Yeah. And so you're local from Boston area, right?
Yeah. So I grew up in Lexington, which is right on the 128 Beltway.
Yeah.
I lived in Lexington from 3 until 18. And then I went to school in Northern California. I went to UC Berkeley for my undergrad. Moved back to Cambridge for 4 years between school, and then I went to law school at UCLA in California. So I lived in California for probably some total close to 17 or 18 years.
Oh.
And then we moved back here. This tells you how old I am. We've now moved back for 18 years.
Yeah.
And so, we moved back here at end of 2008, 2009, right when the housing crisis happened. The last time we had a big crash. So.
You bought a house when you came back?
We were very lucky. We didn't mean to time the market. My husband got a job at Harvard, and so we just had to move in 2008.
Yeah.
And so we went under contract in the end of 2007 after a property had fallen out of contract, and then they stopped giving out loans, I think about 3 months after we bought. And so the Boston market is always very stable, but in this case, we had 6 months in which Brookline saw, just a stagnation in the market. And so we were able to buy a 2-family in Brookline, and it was 2008, that was originally listed at $900,000, went under contract at $900,000, fell out of contract right in August of 2007. And so we offered $699. And so we offered $699. They had relisted at $799. We offered $699, and I think we bought it at $735 or something like that. Right? Yeah. Then we put money into it. So, and that's where we lived there for a while, and then we bought. We had too many children. And so, it was a 2-bedroom. And so, our portion of it. And so we ended up going, buying a single family house, in Brookline, like 1 street over, when it came on the market when we had 3 children.
They're all kind of grow up now?
Yeah. Her oldest is 15 now, and 15, 12, and 10. They're in high school, middle school, and elementary school, and we are in Brookline, Massachusetts. So right outside the city.
Are they in the private system or the public system?
Oh, they're in public. That's the beauty of Massachusetts. So all of these schools, Massachusetts, I always say, is the best public school system, K through 12 in the nation.
Right.
And Lexington, Newton, Brookline, Belmont, Arlington, those are all considered very good public schools.
Right.
And for most of those are usually in the top 10.
Yeah.
And so we went to Brookline because I always say that if I put $1 million worth of private school into my kids, I still can only sell them for the same amount of money. Whereas if I put $1 million into a house, I can probably sell it for an extra $2 million.
That's very true.
So,
Actually, Brookline was the first ever town I've ever lived in after I came to the States.
Oh, really?
Back in 2003.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember I live somewhere near Route 9, and every day I walk the T stop. Every day I walk down there. I take the train to BU.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long were you there?
Live there for almost a little bit more than 1 year.
Okay.
And then I moved to Ulster, Bryan.
I remember the place that you had there.
With a lot of international students who live in Ulster.
You owned that building behind Twin Donuts, right?
We bought that condo back in 2008.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right around the time that I moved to.
Yeah. Oh, actually, 2010.
Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes, the life is like a miracle. Because I remember when I was studying at BU, and I rode back near that area. I think I probably I was riding to maybe the KFC right behind. And there's a Dunkin' Donuts at the corner too. And I saw the building. I saw they're doing the construction at that time. I was like, oh, maybe one day I can buy something here, but I have nothing there, right? But at that time, I own nothing. But I ended up living there. It was just amazing. I never know what's going to happen. Yeah.
It's all you, right?
Yeah. It's amazing. So I remember, since we know each other for such a long time, I know you started your career as a litigator.
Yes.
A lawyer.
A lawyer.
A very tough lawyer.
Yes. A professional negotiator.
And then what brought you to real estate?
Yeah, so I was a litigator. I did civil rights litigation. So we mostly fought the government.
Right.
So when you spend, a decade fighting the government, you can pretty much fight anybody. My husband has always been a biologist. And so a long time ago, I was pre-med and then I was perhaps pre-science. So I worked in a lab. And so that's where I met my husband. And then we went to California because he wanted to do his postdoctoral fellowship at Caltech.
Yeah.
And then when he was done with that, we ended up following his career. I was told that it was harder to be an academic scientist than a lawyer.
Yeah.
It's not exactly true. But we also didn't have kids at the time. And so that was something that I had to participate in. And so he got a job at Harvard Medical School. That's his dream job. We moved here. So I closed my practice. And the real estate didn't come immediately. So we moved back here 08, 09, and then we started having kids. First kid, 2010, 2013, 2015. I didn't go into real estate until 2014.
The same year as I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think that, and I think we did our first deal together in 2015.
Yeah.
So it was we were very close on each other's deals. Yeah, so I didn't start in real estate. So there was probably a 5-year gap there before I went into another career. I tried a lot of different things. I tried working with my parents' company. I helped them close their company and sell it. That was a bit. I tried being a stay-at-home mom, which is the hardest job I've ever had. I've done a couple of years, even when I came back here as a litigator in California and in the federal system in the United States, you are able to go to court remotely. And then most of it's research and writing. And so I wrote my briefs here, so it wasn't a big deal. And then before I went into real estate, I did a stint as a regional sales manager for a heater chiller company. And so I know very little physics, but apparently I can sell things. And so I was doing that when my old broker asked me if I wanted to become a real estate agent.
Yeah.
And I didn't really. I think that one thing that I've always admired about you is that you're an extremely ethical and data-driven, intelligent, true human being and a great real estate agent. That's not really the case in most cases I have found. So going into real estate was not really my thing. I thought I wasn't going to like the environment necessarily. Real estate was structured very differently at that point. A lot of companies still made you sit at a desk, and that really wasn't my thing. And so Mike allowed me to work part-time, do what I wanted to do. And so it took me about 6 months to realize that I really loved real estate, and that real estate was a place that I could take my passions for helping people and helping them find what they want or helping them sell what they need to sell. Real estate is very similar to litigation in the research and writing portion of it. So research and writing at the appellate level is all finding the right case for the fact pattern that you're trying to prove. You're making something new. And so it's matchmaking on the legal side. And I think that real estate to me is finding the right property for your clients or finding the right buyers for your listing, presenting it in a way that people understand it differently than how other people presented it before. So that's kind of how did I get into real estate? Slightly randomly. But how did I stay in real estate is probably a more important thing. So it was, for me, it was a great place to be because I got to work with my friends and family and colleagues. And because of my age, to be honest, I was 40 when I started. And I think that helped me a lot because my circle of friends all had the money to buy. And so all it is hard work. So a lot of people will ask, what's the special sauce? And I work 100 hours a week. As much as 120.
Oh my God. I thought about that the other day. I was like, I was trying to count in how many hours I work on a weekly basis. Maybe like 70. At most. I'm kind of laid back and lazy sometimes. But 70
You're never lazy.
70 is still a lot of hours, I know. But I was just like, how could Bernadine handle like 100 to 120 on a weekly basis?
I'm a very good talker. So I'm mostly on the phone. I'm always thinking about real estate. So we take phone calls up until 11, midnight, 2 o'clock in the morning. So it is a little bit gray area. So I spent probably 4 hours talking to a client about her IVF journey, like two weeks ago. And so counseling on her on my medical expertise. Some of it is, I think that we help people find their home and we help them kind of have a place to land and feel secure. And so I think that no matter who you are, where you're coming from, I want to be able to show you the neighborhoods, the towns, and kind of find the place that's right for you. And then help you through whatever part of your life journey you're going through. And we've arranged engagement proposals. We have done weddings, actually, like given advice on weddings.
Oh, really?
Set it up.
Oh my God.
Yeah. We have a few strings to pull. And then, job stuff, like we try to be helpful with that. And then IVF. So.
Oh my. Yeah. So sometimes I remember this kind of remind me my old days when I just started. I think we pretty much started from a very, very similar situation. Because when I transitioned into real estate, I've been working in, as an actuary in an insurance company for 9 years already.
Yeah.
So the same situation. A lot of my friends are already in the age of like 35 or something, or even 40. They have the money. They do have the need in real estate. So, and I became, a realtor, and then I can help them. So I don't have to spend a lot of time at the very beginning to do marketing, to promote myself, because I know a lot of people, I know a lot of friends, even though I'm not really a very social people. But yeah, I'm not. But still, because of all of this, the past few years experience, working experience, life experience.
I think that's really important.
And also for that age, we already become really, really mature, to handle shit, I guess that's very important too.
Yeah.
Right. And regarding the phone call, I agree with you, because I'm dealing with a lot of international buyers. And we have like a 12 or 13 hours time difference.
Yeah.
And
you probably work more hours than you think. But you're just thinking of it as like this is something that you enjoy doing. Right? But if you actually sit down, you're actually...
Especially making phone calls.
Yes.
My wife told me, because every time, like even my daughter right now, when sometimes she's trying to mimic me. Like she's holding my phone, just walking around, pretend talking to somebody.
Yeah.
I know exactly what I'm doing right. I know exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Because I was like, when I talking to somebody over the phone, especially for real estate, to introduce them to the life of Boston, I was very excited too.
Right.
Very energetic.
Yeah.
I can just walk all over, keep talking. Yeah. And I remember I did, make phone calls like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. with clients overseas. Yeah. And sometimes I just feel like I want to kind of open up my brain and give everything in my brain to them.
Yeah.
So they can have a better understanding of what Boston looks like.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think you're very good at it, right? Not everybody is. I think that a lot of real estate agents, they're looking for the sale. Like they're looking for that dollar. Right. And like to close that sale. And I think that I've always found that you were very honest and looking after the interests of your clients, which is...
Yeah, actually, I'm not really that good at that sell part of it.
You're too honest.
I think I'm more like a consultant.
Yeah.
I hope I can help the client understand more, and they're going to make an informed decision instead of just, get it done.
Right.
Bye.
Right. I always say we say no more often than we say yes.
That's very true.
Clients will be very passionate and they'll get into a bidding.
I know.
Mentality of wanting to win. And I'm like, no. Like this is your data driven. This is the most you're going to pay for this.
Exactly. Right? I did exactly the same thing. I don't remember how many times I told my client, you better not to all bid over a certain price point. Then you shouldn't do that.
Right.
Sometimes they listen to my advice. Sometimes they don't. They're still going to beat up.
Right.
But, it's just because of the market. The market.
Also, like, as long as they know what the answer, like, as long as they know what you know, they can make the choice, right, to do what they want.
Right.
But the market's been kind of crazy.
Yeah.